guys, and welcome back to my channel if you are a usual subscriber here, and if you are not, thank you so much for clicking my video and welcome. So for today's video, I am so super excited to be back sitting in front of a camera. I have not filmed since that blue makeup look that I posted. I think it was almost a month ago. Almost. It took me forever just to edit that one. So it feels so good to sit back down. This is kind of like my stress reliever, to be able to just sit here, play with makeup, talk a little bit. Even though I'm talking to a camera, I still feel like I am talking to you guys. I love it so, so much. But I am feeling these summer looks. I don't know who else is, but every time I am on Pinterest, I am looking up summer makeup looks, and so many are popping up. I am feeling these sunset looks so much. I have really been into oranges here recently. I don't know why. It has just been a huge kick that I'm on. So I want to incorporate it into a little pink, because I never play with pink, and so, well, it's kind of like the pinky purple. But I'm definitely feeling it. I'm here for it, and I want to get all these summer looks out because you guys know fall is right around the corner, and come September, it is time to start filming those looks. So this is a super easy look. I used 2 palettes, super, super easy. It'll take you no time to do this look, and it looks like you put so much work into it. So I really hope you guys feel the same, and I hope you enjoy this look. So as always, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, just go ahead and hit that button down below so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. And also, if you want to get notified every time I do upload a video, just go ahead and click that little post notification bell, and it will definitely alert you. So if you guys want to see how I created this easy summer sunset look, then just keep watching. Alright, so it's been quite a while since I've actually sat down in front of a camera to film, so I'm super excited to finally get the chance to sit down and do this. I do have a little friend joining me. We had our vet appointment today for both her and Zyla, so they are tuckered out, and she is following me everywhere, so she's going to be in the back of the video for today. But I'm going to go ahead and pin back my hair so we can get started. But oh my goodness, you guys, I'm going to talk about this in another video that I'm filming today, which is my current favorite products, makeup, all that. But these hair ties are amazing. So I have the clear ones, and I went and bought some gold ones just to kind of accessorize my hair a little bit more. And oh my goodness, I'm seriously in love with them. They are probably the best hair ties ever. So let's go ahead and get our hair out of the way. So usually when I do makeup videos, I do voiceovers, but I figured today I would actually sit down and talk and just be present in the video rather than just doing the voiceover. So I have been going through Pinterest like crazy, and I have been seeing all of these different kind of sunset looks, and I've been loving them. I've been playing with them, trying different looks and stuff, wearing them to work, seeing what I like, what I don't like. So I'm going to do a very easy one today. We're probably going to use anywhere from 3 to 4 shadows, so not a lot at all. So I'm super excited to sit down and film this look for you guys. I might put this on Instagram as well. If you guys don't follow me on social media, I have recently started to do more makeup on there, and I have been loving it and getting good feedback from it, so I would probably post this one on there as well. I've mostly just been posting the eye looks, not so much the whole makeup look, just to kind of give people a feel for it. So this look you might see on there as well. Alright, so I'm going to do my eyes more towards the end, just because I'm not doing my tape or anything dramatic. So I'm going to go ahead and do my actual face first. So for primers, I have been loving these 2 together, and what makes it even better is they are from the drugstore. So it's super awesome. So I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Coconut 3-in-1 Primer Water, and I have been using their primer water quite a bit. I love, love, love the rose one. I figured I'd give this one a try, but definitely the rose one is my favorite. I think it is very comparable to the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, so definitely been loving it. It's a good dupe, and it's so inexpensive. I think it's like $3 or $4. So, and then the other thing that I've been loving is this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Oh my goodness, you guys. This stuff is amazing. So I haven't tried the Tarte one, but I heard this is very comparable to it. But this just really helps just blur out my skin. Like, it makes it look like I have no pores, which is awesome because I have been struggling with my face here recently. And I will tell that story later, probably in my other video, because I got some new skincare, so I will explain the struggle that has been going on. But I definitely have had a lot of texture here recently, especially across my nose, so this has really been helping me out. So just do a few sprays of that, let that soak in, and then we'll put our other primer on. So you can definitely tell that this is very loved. I usually just scoop my finger in and get a little bit on my finger, and then I'll just smooth it across my face. And I mostly focus this on my T-zone just because that's where I am oily and I have my most texture, especially across my nose. So I feel like I mostly just need to target that. Sometimes I'll bring it across my cheeks, but today I don't feel like I need it. Alright, so for foundation, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, which is one of my favorite. I was going to use my Makeup Revolution, but my self-tan is rubbing off now, so this one is closer to the shade I am at now, and this is the shade Natural. So I just put a few pumps on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to take my e.l.f. Beauty Sponge and just blend this out on my face. So for concealer, I'm going to be mixing two of them together. So I'm using the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer and then my Tarte Shape Tape. I've been mixing them together here recently, especially because this one's a little bit darker than this one, but I feel like it is giving me the coverage that I absolutely love. I think they are very comparable to each other. This one might be just a tad bit thicker, but I mostly focus this one on my inner corner anyways and this everywhere else. So I'm going to go ahead and apply these two. So put that one right there where I want my most brightness. And then taking my Tarte Shape Tape, I will apply this one everywhere else. Next, going into my Anastasia contour kit, I'm just going to take this banana shade right here and apply that underneath my eyes to set our concealer. So one of my new recent favorite things that I've been adding in to my makeup routine here and there occasionally is using this Clinique Chubby Stick Sculpting Contour, and this is in the shade 01 Curvy Contour, and it's just a nice stick contour, and I have just been carving that out before I put on my bronzer. So add a little bit just to sculpt out my cheeks, and then taking my sponge, I just blend it in to my skin. So it just gives me a nice little contour before I add bronzer. To set my face, I'm going to be using the Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Lace, and this container is empty because I hate these containers. I will have to admit that there's like a little swifter on it, and I pop it open and I always put it in these little like plastic containers because it's easier to get to because I dip either my brush or sponge into it. So that is why that one is currently empty. But I'm just going to take my sponge, and I usually put some powder on it and just kind of press it in to my skin. So I always go back and forth whether to apply my powder with a sponge or a brush. And I feel like for a while I was applying it with my sponge, but then I stopped and I went back to my brush. But I've came back to the sponge now because I feel like it presses it into my skin, and I sometimes feel like if I apply it with a brush, it gives me so much fallout and puts powder everywhere, and it kind of like dries out my skin. As this, I can get like a certain amount of product on my sponge and press it where I want it instead of just having powder go absolutely everywhere. So, and I feel like this gives it more of flawless finish almost, to be honest. So I have reverted back to using my sponge. Alright, for bronzer, I'm going to be using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which you guys know, this is one of my all-time favorites. For blush, I'm going to be using this NYX blush in the shade Hamptons, which is such a pretty like pink blush. It's not too pink, which I like, but it has enough pink in it where it can look really beautiful on your skin tone. And you guys will definitely see once I'm finished with the look why I chose this blush to go with it. I usually always base my blushes off my eye looks. I don't know if anyone else does that, but I definitely do. So I'm going more for that pinky undertone today. So with this blush, I do like to go in with like a lighter hand. I tap it off quite a bit. I'm just kind of feather it in. And you can see it's like a natural, pretty, pinky pink. It's not like, oh my goodness, that's a pink blush. Like it actually just gives a nice tone to your cheeks. So I'm going to go off camera to do my brows really quick just because I feel like it's such a lengthy process and I don't want to try and film that and have you guys sitting here for forever watching it. But I'm going to use my usual brow products that I have been using constantly here recently, and it is the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade Natural Brown. And then I'm going to be using my Catrice Cosmetics Eyebrow Filler Perfecting and Shaping Gel, and it's kind of like a brownish tone to it. So I'm going to go apply these off camera really quick, and I will be right back. Alright, I am back, and I got you guys all zoomed in and nice and close so that we can do our eyes now. So I'm going to start off going into my Morphe 39A Dare to Create palette. And I love this palette. We're going to use it quite a bit for our look. You can tell all the range of shades that it has, so super, super nice. I'm focusing more on the orange shades. So I'm going to start off with this shade, but I'm going to mix a little bit of this in with it just to give it that orangey tone underneath it. So once I start to get less product on my brush is when I will start to go into that inner corner just to kind of blend it in there. Next, I'm going to go in with this orangey brown shade right here just to kind of start getting more of those orange tones in the look. So I'm just taking it right over those shades that we just put on our lid. Alright, next going into this Maybelline New York Lemonade Craze palette. I'm going to go in with the shade Ice Pop right here, which is just a nice mauvey pink. So with this shade, I'm going in with more of a defined flat brush. So it's like the fluffy brushes that I was using, but it's just more confined. It's more to a point and skinnier, so I can get right underneath that shade and start to blend it in. Sometimes when you're trying to really get underneath that shade, set your mirror down to where your eyes are looking down so you can see more of your lid. Alright, going back in with our orange shade, I'm just going to blend the two together. And I'm taking just the tiniest bit on my brush. Not a lot, just because I don't want a lot of fallout or a lot of that pigment coming back through and covering up that shade that we just applied. So just a little bit to be able to blend. Alright, next going in with this more purpley plum shade on a flat brush. I'm going to apply this on our lid where we still have that open space. Alright, going back in to our Maybelline palette, taking that same pink shade right here. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of blend the two together, just because between the orange and the pink it kind of got lost in there, so definitely want to add a little bit of it back. Taking that same brush from earlier that we had used for our orange shade without applying any more product, I'm just going to go in and kind of blend. So this next step is one of my favorites when I'm messing with more of brighter eyeshadows, just to kind of blend any creases out or any lines or fallout. I will take a fluffy brush and I'm going to go in with a skin tone shade and just kind of blend out those edges, just so they're not so harsh and they're a little bit softer. So for liner, I don't want anything too crazy, just because our eye look is already nice and bright and grabs our attention. So I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Mega Liner in the shade Black, and I'm just going to do a nice thin line, just so we can pop our lashes on top of it. For mascara, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and I'm going to apply these before we put on our false lashes. So for lashes, I don't have the actual box that they're in, because I just put them back in the plastic thing once I use them once. But these are the Ardell Double Up Lashes. Alright, going back in to our Maybelline palette, I'm going to go in with our pink shade one more time, and I'm going to press this along my lower lash line. So I'm going to create almost like an ombre effect like we did on our lid. Taking more of a defined brush and taking that same pink shade, I'm just going to kind of go in and smoke it out, just so it's not such a harsh line. Alright, next, going back into our Morphe palette, I'm going to take our orange shade right here, and not so much a pencil brush, but a more small defined brush. I'm going to go in and kind of smoke that out. Alright, going back in with our mascara, I'm going to apply a small coat on my lower lashes. Alright, so I zoomed you guys back out so that we can finish our look off. So for highlight, I'm going to go in with the Morphe Babe in Paradise palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade Vacation, which is one of my all-time favorite kind of goldy champagne highlight. So felt like it'd be perfect for this look, so we're going to apply that. And I like to focus the majority of it right here on the apple of my cheek and then kind of feather it up. Alright, so for lips, I'm not going to go too crazy just because our eyes are so vibrant. I don't want to add a vibrant lip to it. I feel like it's going to take away from the eyes, but I kind of want to keep that mauve-y undertone that we have going on in our eyes in our lip color. So I found an oldie but a goodie in my collection. I used to love these when I first started doing makeup, so I figured I'd pull it back out for this look. So this is I believe this is by Rimmel. Yeah. So Rimmel London Kate collection, and this is in the shade 08. I don't think it has a name. I don't see a name, but it is the shade 08. So we are going to go ahead and apply this. I don't even know if they still make this lipstick. Let me know down below, because this was definitely one of my favorites. Like I said, I started using this right when I started getting into makeup, and I loved it. But in all honesty, I haven't even gone and looked to see if they still sell this line. So let me know down below, because I had one shade. I still have it in my collection, but it has like this much left in it. It's like a little nub, and it was one of my favorite shades when I first started wearing makeup. I think I went through like 2 or 3 of them, so I definitely want to go get it again if they still make these. Alright you guys, so this is the finished look. I'm absolutely in love with it. I feel like it is a fun summer look, especially now that we're getting more close to our fall looks. I want to get all my summer looks out, so I am in love with it. You guys can tell I'm feeling summer now that it's August. I have pink nails, pink jewelry, pink makeup. I'm feeling these summer shades. So what better time to dip into them and have fun with all these bright shades than right now while it's still summertime. So I really enjoyed creating this look, and you guys know fall looks are coming soon. Those are my favorite to wear to film everything. I love, love, love fall looks. So those will definitely be popping out soon. Probably September I will start filming some. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!